Today we published the final Fraser of Allander commentary for 2018. Once again, we're delighted to be publishing our commentary in partnership with Deloitte and greatly appreciate their ongoing support for the Institute's research. In today's report, we provide our latest assessment of economic conditions in Scotland and update our forecasts for the next 3 years. We also published 3 articles, one looking at the possible important role that institutions could play in the economy of an independent Scotland, another looking at the evolution of city deals, and a fascinating article looking at how the Scottish economy can prepare for a world where water scarcity is more prevalent. As we outlined in September's commentary, activity in the Scottish economy has been picking up after a challenging couple of years. 2018 is expected to be the best year of growth since 2014. However, what will happen next is anyone's guess. The decisions taken over the coming days about the UK's withdrawal from the EU are arguably the most significant in a generation. Unfortunately, whatever is decided, it will not mark the end of the uncertainty. If the UK government win, it will start a near 2-year transition process, but the most challenging issue, a future trade deal, is yet to be agreed. Some will argue that a vote against the UK government will increase the likelihood of no deal, but others will also argue that it provides a last opportunity to secure a softer Brexit. In such times, any economic forecasts must come with major health warnings. What we can say with some confidence, however, is that a no-deal outcome would be a severe negative economic shock. The Bank of England have set out a worst-case scenario which could see the UK economy shrink by around 8% from next year. Now, to put that in context, that's around double the size of the recession Scotland witnessed during the financial crisis. While such predictions have come in for significant criticism, it's clear that all forecasts for 2019 would have to be revised down significantly as the UK adjusted to life outside the EU. In contrast, if the UK was to retain a close trading relationship with the EU and have a smooth transition, growth may even surprise on the upside if the uncertainty is removed from the outlook. With that in mind, we have left our forecast largely unchanged at 1.4% for next year and 1.5% for 2020. Now, one of the frustrating things with the Brexit debate is that it's crowded out important discussions we should be having around key domestic issues, such as our productivity performance and how we respond to the challenges of an ageing population, climate change, or automation. Indeed, we've heard very little about the Scottish budget. Will Mr Mackay choose to follow, at least in part, the decision by the Chancellor to raise the high rate threshold on income tax? Or will he take an even more decisive shift to differentiate Scottish and UK income tax policies? What might the government offer to secure parliamentary support for its budget? Will Green Party backing lead to a more fundamental look at the future of local government finance? And what is the long-term strategy for public services? With the NHS on track to account for around £1 of every £2 spent by the Scottish Government in a few years' time, pressures on other budgets continue to increase. We've heard a lot about plans for priority areas of spend, but what about other areas? So during the next 2 months of debate and negotiations, the Scottish budget will no doubt play second fiddle to Brexit. But we should not forget the importance of the budget, not only because it determines how much income and council tax we all pay, but what it could mean for the relative competitiveness of our economy and the future of public spending in Scotland.